Welcome to the first podcast from the Soil Association's Food for Life programme. In the first part of this podcast, Rupert Aker from the training team talks to our resident cookery expert Jane Sixsmith and discusses some tips for cooking at home during lockdown.
Okay, good morning, Jane. You've been busy in the kitchen during lockdown, so have you got any top tips of how people can get going with some easy and simple cooking?
I think making soup's a really good idea. We've got lots of recipes on our website. Once you've mastered a basic method, you can get really creative. I set myself two sort of rules when I'm making soup, if I'm not following a recipe exactly. So I say either keep it green or keep it red. So something like carrot and lentil and tomato and red pepper are red soups. Leafy potato, broccoli and basil would be green soups. If you mix ingredients up, it all looks a bit brown and not very appetising. So it's just a silly rule that I have, but it works. And my second one is think about, make it flavoursome. Add some extra herbs, some spices, a bit of lemon juice or a bit of vinegar if it needs a bit of oomph. And to use up what's in the fridge. If you've got loads of carrots, then it's carrot soup day. If you've got some beetroot, well, maybe you could try beetroot soup and go a bit Hungarian. And you can also get children involved in cooking soup. There's lots of things for them to do: tearing herbs, snapping broccoli, ripping leeks into strips to go into the soup, and then you've got lunch made and everybody's been kept happy.
That sounds great. So what happens if I go to my fridge and I've got my recipe and I can't find some of the ingredients which are on the list? Are there things you can swap over?
Well, if you think of the store cupboard, that's quite a good one because flour's been in really short supply. So one of the things I've been baking with more is with oats. So I've made my own granola. I was using up all the bits and bobs of dried fruit that I've got in the cupboard as well. Not that you can't get granola in the supermarket if you want it, but it was just a nice thing to do and made the house smell really lovely. So I put oats and some nuts and a bit of coconut, a drizzle of honey, and baked that in the oven and then added some of the dried fruit. And then the other thing I've done is I've made a few biscuits, and again I've done these as oat-based recipes, either using rolled oats or I managed to get hold of some oatmeal, which was quite nice in oat cakes. So that's been my sort of go-to baking idea when I couldn't get hold of flour. Personally, I've been doing lots of new cooking to me as well. You're always learning. So I've been making things like Staffordshire oat cakes and some sourdough breads and perfecting my skills there. There was one stage that all that was available in the supermarket was beetroot on the veg stall. So I bought a couple of bunches. I've made some beetroot ketchup and I've pickled some beetroots with ginger and chilli. So we'll see what that's like. If you wanted to have a go at some of these recipes or, ideas for soups and baked goods and chutneys, we've got quite a few recipes on the Food for Life website, which is www.foodforlife.org.uk. Go there and have a look and just try.